5 years ago, when Tania, Doko and James Roche, better known as pop duo Bachelor Girl, released their debut album. It followed a string of successful songs, including the mega hit, you'll remember this, Buses and Trains.
And Tania, Doko and James Roche from Bachelor Girl join us live. Good morning to you both. Guys, 25 years on, but we still remember all of those lyrics.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's great because during shows I can actually have a bit of a bludge.
Leave it to the audience.
And we were just we just did this mini tour with the Cause last night, and it was fabulous. And again, I could just sit back and let them sing it. So it is a great privilege. That never gets old.
James, is it a big sing-along every time you perform?
Yes, and it's great that it comes towards the end of the show when the voice is getting a bit tired. Tania just points the microphone and the audience takes it. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
How
really
good.
great.
Well, the debut single, Buses and Trains, massive hit. Can you tell us how it came about? Can you remember how the song came to be?
We can blame James for that one.
Well, I got the idea initially just standing in the shower, minding my own business.
Yeah.
And
I'm not picturing that, by the way.
Wasn't there.
I walked under a bus, got hit by a train. It just played in my head like it was on the radio, which is pretty weird. And I thought that was weird. And I thought, well, it's a bit strange. And then later in the day, I got Keep Falling in Love, which is kind of the same. And I knew I had a song then because I was going to list all of the disasters in life that actually make up our life and give it structure and meaning.
And this is why you're a musician and I'm not. Like stuff like that, unless you're a musician, that just doesn't happen to regular folk, does it?
Kylie, even I looked at James and said, what? What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
There's something in this. Let's go with it.
Well, then, of course, came the album as well, certified platinum. It wins an ARIA as well, but it had those humble beginnings.
Oh, they always do, songs,
we made
don't
it
they?
in the living room.
Yeah, we did make it in the living room with a cubby house as a vocal booth.
Well, and what did that look like? What was that, just like sheets strung up over the living room?
Correct, a bit like what we make for our kids today, you know, but it's about deadening the space, and those were the days where you actually didn't really do that, you know, didn't make records in your lounge rooms, but we saved a lot of money doing that. Now everybody's a DJ and a producer in their lounge room.
Everyone's making music from their bedrooms now. You're ahead of the curve.
Trendsetters.
Celebrating 25 years and you're hitting the road, sharing the album in a brand new way. Can we talk about what that looks like?
Yeah, we would, but we don't know yet. No, I'm only joking. No, I'm joking. No, we are reimagining those songs right now. It's so fun to just approach a song in a whole new light. Like, okay, let's go pop punk on this one, and let's go country. We've wanted to do that for a long time. It's a bit of a vanity project, if you like, and giving the fans and supporters that have loved this record. It's got them through heartbreak. It's got them through, you know, car-sing-alongs galore, and we don't take that for granted. It's not lost on us that they've worn out their CDs. And so those shows are coming up in June. Brunswick Heads, Brunswick Picture House, Chapel of Chapel, one of our favourite venues in Melbourne, our hometown.
We'll put all the dates
up. Sorry, okay. Should have known better.
Don't you worry.
Okay.
Are you hard at work rehearsing that now? Do you, or do you have to?
No, I'm hard at work, scratching my head, thinking how we're going to have the musicians play the songs in these new ways. I've got the new ways, I just have to plug in the musicians and the implementation of it. So it's actually the fun drawing board stage.
Yeah.
How good.
So there's a lot of beaverish work to do in the next 2 months, I'll tell you.
Well, guys, we don't want to actually date you or age you here, but we dug through the archives and found an interview that you did with Channel 7 back in 1999. Have a look.
I feel kind of like we're just going on a holiday, but we know it's not going to be that. We do feel very lucky that, I mean, basically we're going over for work purposes, but we're visiting all these other countries and going to experience so many other cultures.
That is incredible. Talk us through the haircut first.
I have no explanation for it. When we went to the US, we were signed to Clive Davis, and the first thing they said is, yeah, they've got to go. Those extensions, that they wanted to clean me up, and I was like, no. And management was like, listen, let's just go with this, you know, because maybe the Americans can't cope with the slight 90s grungy thing you're going with. But look, you know, we try these things, and we're going for fringes.
Both of you were, a solid commitment to a bang, to a fringe.
To the hairstyle.
Both of you.
Yeah, it was... We were committed to the bang. I like that.
Committed to the bang. Are you glad to have started back in the 90s? rather than like facing... Because
Yeah,
With TikTok and everything now.
how people launch themselves into the music space and that with all the reality shows, which is terrific. That can fast forward. Like, do you watch Idol or Voice, something like that, and go, I wonder how we would have gone on those shows? Do you ever ask yourself those questions?
Great questions. I do a little bit of mentoring on the side and for emerging artists, and it's so overwhelming in the current market. I mean, of course, opportunities arrive with the internet, but I sure am glad we came up when we did, because maybe there weren't as many opportunities for as many artists, but certainly since we got the go that we did, it felt like there was a pathway, and you just took that pathway. And like you were talking about 90s records, I mean, we went into shops and we actually bought CDs.
Yeah, you sure did.
Pre-stream.
How do you reckon you would have gone on TikTok?
Show us your
I don't know if we've got what it takes to...
I don't know. No.
No, we stay off the we stay off the TikTok. We stay off
the TikTok. So do I.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
All the very
guys.
best for the 25-year, I guess, anniversary tour. Has it got a name yet?
Yeah, it's called a Redux. So
Redux?
Redux being... Can you give the actual definition of that, bud?
To make over, to do anew. So that's what it's going to sound like.
Fantastic.
He didn't make that up in the shower. He just made that up
in
now.
the shower.
Yeah.
You can find out more about Bachelor Girl's upcoming tour at themorningshow.com.au with some of those dates that Tania did not mention.